Did you break your arm?
Are you hurt? Good morning. It is another day of working in the shop, and we're working on the Spud truck. We're doing more stuff with the bed on it. Particularly, we're working on the hydraulic ram tilt bed pockets right here. We need to narrow these shock pockets up by about 3/4 of an inch. And the reason that is because we bought smaller diameter rams. And the reason we did that is so they would fit between the frame and the spring. While Colin's working on those ram pockets, Caitlin and I are going to be working on these other brackets. This is how this goes right there. Chain off of that. You just need to get a line down here, a line there, and a line across the bottom.
Okay, I can do that. I'm ready for all of the things.
Bubbo, here are the gloves. Is this clean enough for you to weld? Is that what I'm hearing from the Colin?
Let me see. Oh, I needed to clean up that. I didn't see that.
You've got some work to do.
I almost.
No.
I still need to wire drill some of these and just make it real good.
Boy, we're getting close. How's that look?
That looks like a piece of metal hole drilled through it.
Okay, that's gonna get welded right there. So I need this bent. Okay, you ready to weld something together, Colin?
Go grab the welder.
This one's ready for welding.
Look at that.
Look at that gap he's got to fill.
Wow. That's a big gap. This is Grand Canyon.
That's a huge gap.
That's a huge gap.
I tell you what, this is gonna be fun. Fill all those gaps.
Some of you noticed that we never finished fixing the banana seat, and you caught us, we didn't. We've been working the MORR while the banana's down, but today we aim to change that, put the banana back online.
And you know you have a good dialed in rig when the only breakdowns you're having on the trail are your seats when you're in treacherous terrain. They're not bad. Not bad.
Weld about twice that much, just go over the top. Twice that much, go over the top, but don't join them. Okay. Same on the other side.
Welding safety tip, bring it back to the 90s. Talk to the hand.
Okay, pull it out. Ah.
Oh, we almost had it. We have troubles, Colin.
We made it too perfect.
It's in there too tight.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's in there forever.
What if we did this?
Ain't gonna work.
What if we put it in the vise and we reverse it?
Here, stand it up. Let's use a little technique I like to call force. Reverse.
Ah,
That's exactly what we needed.
One down, one to go.
This is the one to go.
You know that isn't hot, right?
I'm practicing. That boy's building bridges. Okay, tighten that down. Let's see how she fits. There's been some compromises. Do I look tired?
Wait,
Do I look tired?
a little bit. Fine.
Morning, Ed.
Morning, Matt. Well, it's a nice day today. Very little wind, no clouds. Probably get up to 105.
I'm just going to give you a quick update on the shop. I don't know why it's taking so long. I honestly don't know. We hired a contractor to make this go fast, and it's still going slow. So when we're able to work out of here, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make this area an organization spot. We're gonna pull all the pertinent things out of the connexes, organize them, throw away, give away, sell, store, whatever we need to do with it, that's what we're gonna do. So these walls are getting some kind of a paneling so we can hose it down in here. It's like a waterproof paneling. I don't I forget what they call it, but that's what they wanted, so that's what we got. So our friends at Triple D Floor Coatings, they did all this. There's some echo in here. Look how good this is. You guys have already seen upstairs, but let's show you upstairs again. Come on, lady, up here. All right, this is the CEO office. This is where important board meetings go down. Pretty sure I'm never gonna be in any of those meetings. This is Jamie's office. She's got a window here she can open. She'd be like, can somebody run the Maverick and get me a burrito? Have you guys seen Matt? Like, she'll ask questions like that out this window. Got our own little air conditioning here. Then the editor room. Of course, we'll board up this window. Make sure the lock's on the outside of the door. All right, so sure, this shop's gonna be great. Like you don't even know, when I catch myself on the verge of bursting into tears, it's always because we're not in this shop yet. I'm like, hey, we need to do this. Let's get somebody on. Oh, we don't have those bays yet. And then I feel sad. Let me show you what's really gonna lift my spirits and move the racing program forward. So now imagine, so look around this shop and see all the chaos and mayhem going on in here. And just imagine that I've kicked everybody out. I'm the only one with the key to this shop, and every tool has a place. Just imagine that for a second. Now walk with me into this room. They love when we walk into this room in the middle of their work. What are you guys working on?
We're pitching.
Not for long.
Okay.
Because I'm making this my engine clean room. So remember the door that's locking from the outside upstairs? That's where these guys are gonna be working. See how they don't like windows? You guys thought I was being mean when I said I was gonna board up the window, turn out the lights, and lock the door. But that's how they like it.
Did you say the door was locking from the outside?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
That's not. I'm not. I want.
But back to reality, back to the way things are right now. In the shop, on top of each other, getting it done. All right, these have finally cooled down to where we could install them. Let's do that.
Let's do it. We fit in Rams right now. That's in.
Okay, tackle is good enough, and then we'll do the other side. Same way. Caitlin, I need all the accoutrements. So when I was milling those bushings out for the pivot, I got a lot of comments that I could have just put my boring bar, flipped the tool around, and gone around the outside. And you're assuming that my mill works correctly, which it doesn't. So I have no way to reverse it. So if I just spun it around, it would be backwards the wrong way. Not only would it not cut, it would chip the tooth off. Let me show you what we're talking about here. So there's the boring bar right there. And it's designed to cut this way. And mine only spins this way. I don't have any way to reverse it. It doesn't work. I can show you.
We're working with what we got.
Yeah, so this only spins this way. And I don't have any way to reverse it. And I don't have 2 speeds. It's stuck in this gear. So I don't have, this doesn't work. My feed doesn't work.
This is not as good as I thought it would.
No, this is not a good mill. There's a reason I have this mill. It's because it's broken. And it was given to me at a very cheap price. I haven't broke into it to see what's not working. You'll notice I've got a motor out of a swamp cooler here. It's 110 volts. So yes, you're correct. A real mill, you could have done that. My mill, you cannot.
Those are ready to weld.
Okay, we've got to tip this up. So you get both of your plugs out?
Yep.
Okay, push down. Oh my goodness, keep going, Red.
That's so sick.
Oh! Don't break it.
I just got sprayed in the eye.
Oh! Don't break it.
Oh, we just got juice.
Sorry.
My burned a little.
Let it down really gentle, guys.
Come on, we're coming down.
I'm not even on it.
I was gonna warn you not to look down the barrel of those things. Okay, go up and see if you can go up. Okay, come down.
All right, we're down. That's it.
Wow.
All right, we're keyed in really strong.
I feel like this is a game of mousetrap.
Well, here's the thing. We need to take these rams out of the equation because I don't want you to get spatter on them.
Hey, but just take a moment to appreciate this. Look at this thing.
Okay, so this is the dump feature of this.
We're just
All right.
missing the.
So here is a fear that I had about this bed. I haven't voiced it.
A mousetrap?
Did you see the problem? Jake?
I see a pretty big problem, and I'm looking at the winch.
Yeah. So when I was imagining this working, I was imagining the top of the bed being right here.
You're gonna have to mount the winch on top of this thing.
Now it's not going to be this steep. So what we're going to need is we're going to need a fair lead there and on the end of the bed, and that solves our problem.
Yeah.
But the problem is when you tilt the bed, it's going to change the length of this rope, which is mean as the bed goes down, the thing's going to roll that way. So this might not work.
Yep.
And there's so many reasons why I don't want to mount this to the bed right there. And I don't want to go over all those reasons, but I've got them. But if we have to do it, we have to do it. But the best thing about building things out of metal without a plan is you can always just cut it out and do it different. I know there's none on this side. It all went in Rhett's eye.
It's all in Rhett's eye.
I would have totally told you not to do that. Out of your eye.
It's a little bit.
Is it
Go get a
twitching?
paper towel. Clean your face.
Is it all over my face?
It's all over everything.
Let me tell you what I'm thinking. A little window into my mind, if you will. So, when the bed is rolled back, it's capable of rolling back to about here. At this angle, that would put the end of the bed 6 feet underground right now. And I know we could be on hills where this could be a scenario. So here's another option. I could mount this to here on an apparatus that comes up there, and then it'd be the same situation. It doesn't roll back with the rollback, but at least it's always on plane with it. And then I would just have to have enough wire to run it, but it would be a lot less. If I mount it on the winch, I'm gonna have to add like 30 feet of cable, because I've got to run all the way to the back and then onto the bed so it can roll back with it. It's a failure point, especially with wire, because it eventually ruins the hydraulic hoses, and I think the wire probably doesn't even have as long a service life. We got a couple of solutions. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it, and so should you. All right, we got to declaw Freddy Krueger here because they're too long. Here, I'll show you. Oh, that's no good.
Hey,
Well, powering down. The power went off.
I promise you guys that was not scripted.
You had to go and talk about Freddy Krueger.
I got you.
Oh yeah, I did. Did I just conjure Freddy Krueger? Yeah. Okay, so these are sticking out there too far because I didn't measure, I just guessed. So we're gonna be cutting these off. Luckily, our tools are battery powered.
We're gonna have to get one of those treadmills that is a generator. It's on the
Power's
case.
back on. We're good.
Well, we're back.
Yep.
All right, even though it's taken 2 work weeks to get done, we got the seat fixed for the banana. And I'm bringing you out here to prove it. Let me see how this feels. I haven't even sat in it yet. Oh, I think we did a good job this time. Hang on, I gotta see if it works. It works. It works. This seat has been patched together several times. I forgot all the times we patched it together. It's pretty much the only trouble the Banana's ever given us. So I think it's time to call our friends at PRP and say, we got a problem. I hear you solve them. It's almost a rhyme.
I'm sorry, Golen. All right, Rhett, so what we're gonna do here is weld on some rosettes onto this custom cross member that your dad built. Then we're gonna take this off, bust out the plasma torch, and clear this out a little bit more, and then box it in. Make it real tight. That's how we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do the do. We did the did.
Hey, just a really quick reminder that we have the Labor Day sale going on right now. That's 15% off everything on the website, from hats to recovery bags and everything in between. The sale ends September 6th, so make sure you don't miss it.
Okay, so now that Rhett's got those rosettes welded in there, I'm gonna take the front clip off, and then we're gonna have Rhett use a plasma cutter and clearance out some of that frame.
I need this cut out like this, but I need it cut straight. Yeah, that's all. This line's not straight, so don't follow the line, but get it cut. Yeah, the line is a guide.
It's all you.
Are they riding that?
Yeah.
Well, it looks as if look how close this is.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
that weld is like right there. So cool. All right, this is coming together. These cooling fins are working. I can feel the heat radiating off from them.
We had to add some Corvair into it.
Got it.
I like the technique.
All right, we got a question from another country. I'm gonna have to translate it to English. It says, why is it so important that every vehicle has a name? I'll tell you why. Colin, go get the truck.
Which one?
Grab the Ford.
Oh, the Ford, yeah. Wait, which Ford?
The white Ford.
White Lightning?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, now let's do this one. Colin, go grab White Lightning.
Done.
That's why we name our vehicles. It's the same reason we name our puppy dogs. See, this is Peanut. So I don't say, hey, black and white dog, which one are you?
Come here, dog.
I can tell by the licking it's Peanut. This dog is starved for attention. I don't know what to do with her. Yeah.
We need to open a petting zoo.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to pack this one in, or you want to wait?
Cover.
But if it's
That's my boy.
Dude, I did it? Heck yeah.
Let me tell you why this is the worst time of the day for me. It's almost quitting time, and everybody's in a groove working, and I can't believe that we live our lives tied to clocks that say times. Let's just keep working.
Down here in the center.
Why is it 5 o'clock already?
And just like that, it was the end of the day. Everybody's going home. We'll be back tomorrow like this. And we are back. Colin, tell the good people what you're working on.
So today we're gonna be welding up the frame and making it strong, because look how much we took out.
Okay.
And look how much we're adding.
It's going to be a lot of steel. That's over an inch thick right
There's
there.
gonna be a lot of welding on this.
So Colin has an enormous amount of welding to do, so we're gonna leave him to that, and we're gonna go talk derby cars. So years ago, I used to derby all the time. So I spent about 10 years hitting all the shows that are like, that I could, basically. And I actually got to derby with Rudy, who's my oldest son, but I've never got to actually derby with my younger kids. So they felt kind of ripped off, and they surprised me with this car. Kind of excited about it. Plus I get to run with two of my kids, Colin and Rhett. But it's gonna be here like Friday. So we're gonna have to get the Spud truck out and get these cars in and just get the finishing touches on them. We've only got a couple of days to get these cars ready for a horrible car accident. I have a feeling Rhett built this for him, and I'm not gonna fit in it. Oh, I'm in big trouble. I gotta practice this, because when you win, you get up and you're like, whoa, oh, that's what you do. Getting too old for this. I think
That ain't going nowhere. I would give it a shake test, but it's too hot.
Yeah, we'll kick it. That feels good. All we gotta do now is see if this still fits.
It fits.
Nice. Ooh, she looks good.
All right, I've got a job that I've got to go do, so I'm gonna trust that these guys are gonna keep working on the Spud truck and being productive while I'm gone.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be productive, all right. Bye, Dad. My dad's gonna be gone for the rest of the day, and we are gonna be working on derby cars. We've got a derby car there, a derby car there, 2 more derby cars back there, and we gotta get those ready this week. My dad asked me to work on the Spud truck, but you know what? We gotta get these ready to rock and roll. So, we just made a purchase, and we ended up getting this Turbo 350 transmission. It just got dropped off this morning. We're gonna be putting a transmission in that yellow car right now, and we're gonna smash it.
This is the old transmission, and there's the problem. That's what put Matt out of the race.
All right, the wagon is done for right now. We're gonna get my car and bring it in here and start working on it. Okay, so now my car's in here. For some reason, it won't start. I've replaced injectors and it fired up and ran good. And then the other day I went to start it and it would not start. It turns over, so we're gonna run some diagnostics on it and see what's wrong with it.
PCM is reading only 4 volts. 0 volts. Cool.
So let me give you the rundown. Right now, Rhett's got a mini car. My dad has a mini car, and I have this mini car, and then we've got that full-size car. If my car doesn't run, I'm gonna be running the full-size car. If I can get this car to run, Rhett will be derbying his mini car and that full-size car, so hopefully we can get this working. All right, so we've been messing with this for a minute, but it is the end of the day, so we're gonna figure it out tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow, like. And I told you we'd be back. All right, we are starting out the day on this car, and I think we're gonna be pushing it out and pulling my dad's car in to finish up some welding. I got my glass of milk for the morning and some Oreos, so it should be a good day. I've got Jake and Caitlin and Jordan helping us today, so let's get this started.
We got the new race lines and the new MTO2s for the MORR. So we went with black on the banana and we did the natural finish on the MORR. I think both of those colors fit the vehicles perfectly.
This looks so good.
Oh man, those look good. They both look good, but those look new.
All right, I've got some sad news about my car. Breaks my heart to say it, but my car is not gonna be making it to the Derby this year. We've got some wiring issues, it's blowing fuses, and we're not sure why, so I'm gonna have to dig into that for next year. But right now, I do have Rhett working on my dad's car. Rhett, what are you doing?
I'm finishing up the battery box. Jake had to run off, so I'm just gonna finish it up so we get this done.
Are you sad that my car isn't gonna make it?
I am very sad. That means I don't get to run 2 heats now. But it's fine.
It is finally here. It's Derby day, and just like real Demolition Derby, we are waiting to the last second to finish the car. We're going classic junkie. I know you guys know me as Matt's Off-Road Recovery with all this. But years ago, before Matt's Off-Road Recovery YouTube, we were Team Junkie. That's what we were. We're gonna go back to our roots today. I've got my Edward Racing, and that is Edward. Ed's name isn't really Edward, but I thought Edward Racing had a nice ring to it. And Ed said it was okay to call him Edward, as long as we're racing.
All right, the paint job's done on this one, so we're gonna move it out of the way.
That is a terrible paint job. That's one of the worst I've seen.
That's the most awesome she's seen. That's good, just cut it right there.
So my color's blue, so we're gonna paint it blue.
So everybody knows that kids love to paint derby cars. And I always painted my cars the same and my kids hated it. So I said, you can do whatever you want to the wheels. And they loved it. So they'd go crazy with the wheels. So look at these wheels. Now I'm letting Colin paint the car however he wants to, and I'm gonna go crazy with the wheels. Casey forgets how he got here.
Let's see if we can do it here. Oh, this is harder than it looks to spell stuff. It's just running. Can you tell that that says mom?
It says Jamie, mom. It says mom.
I wanted to say mom loves you, but I don't know if I can do it.
Just do a heart. Just do a red heart.
Oh yeah, you could just do a heart.
Oh, I will just do a heart.
There you go.
That looks pretty good.
So unfortunately, Demolition Derby costs money. And to get some of this trip paid for, I had to pick up some sponsors. Well, at least one sponsor anyway. So even though this kind of means I'm selling out and going corporate, I'm gonna let my sponsor pay for some of this trip. Oh yeah. They're not bad guys though. I mean, check them out. Hey Rudy, your sponsor stickers are in there. Did mom pay for your entry?
You said you paid for it.
Sponsored. I run under the name Junkie.
Yep.
How did I get that name?
Well, it's because his stuff looked junky. I mean, it was terrible looking. That's how he got
That's
his
your
name.
theory?
That's what I'm going with. That's why
All
I
right.
called him that.
Let's go ask Robbie. Robbie, you know that I've run under the name Junkie all through my derby
That is
career.
exactly how I knew you.
Okay. How did I get that name?
Because everything looked like junk, but it wasn't junk. It was just junk in disguise. And he would go out and he would win.
Interesting. Let's go ask Jace. We can't find Jace, but we found his brother Rowdy, which is actually better because he's my steel dealer. Okay, Rowdy, we've been asking. How? Because I ran under the name Junkie virtually except for my first truck, my entire derby career. How did I get that name?
Because of your awesome builds and the quality of them?
We got Jace here. Let's get his opinion on the matter. How did I get my name Junkie? Why do I run under the name Junkie?
Well, there's this website 20 years ago, and you had to have a screen name, and his name was Corvair Junkie, and it was because he was addicted to Corvairs like a drug.
Ding, ding, ding. What kind of car is this?
Bro, what is this? Malibu.
All right. There's not much pressure. Okay, there's plenty of pressure now. Okay, so now why is it not?
Is it plugged or something?
Our injector's not firing.
All right, so here's where I'm at. I really appreciate Rhett building this car for me, and he really wanted the Derby with me, and it's not looking like his car is gonna run. But I'm thinking that I would rather have Rhett run and get the experience than me run. And even though I know he built the car for me, he's not too happy. I mean, he's really disappointed right now. Like, as you can well imagine, he's very disappointed. It seems like it's a cam sensor, the same, or a crank sensor, or a computer. It's acting like Colin's car was. So, I'm gonna see if Rhett will run my car once he kind of calms down a little bit. All right, we got the Derby kid. Okay, Rhett, since your car is not running, and since you built this car, and since you've never derbied before, I don't know how disappointed you are, I want you to run this car.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for building this car. It means a lot. I love you. Okay, I want you to run this. All right, so Rhett is disappointed. I was kind of thinking he was disappointed about his car. What he's really disappointed in is not being able to run with me. And so we can't do anything about that. It's life, and it doesn't always work out. But we're gonna get his car painted up to lab rat so we have the right vehicle out there. Looks good. Rhett's a little emotional right now, as you might understand, so he doesn't really want to be on camera. He's very grateful. He's also very disappointed still, and just going with all those emotions. Plus, it's Derby, so like adrenaline's starting to go up. This is a big deal. It's a lot for a young kid to be going through. I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate Rhett and the effort that he put into this. I'm very proud of him. Very proud Papa right now.
All right, guys, I wanted to run with my dad, so a little bit rough, but I'll be running his car now, and I'm excited. Wait, retake. I didn't like how I was standing.
All right, let's watch a couple of heats. Get excited about this. So we've got 2 heats of light. Then we have the truck heat, which Paul's actually going to be running in. And then we have the medium heat, which is Colin. And then after Colin, it's Rhett.
Mom, are you nervous?
I'm not nervous yet, but when it becomes their heat, I will start to get nervous.
I'm excited and super nervous, so.
You brothers better watch out for each other.
Big shout out.
Yeah, Jay!
Bowman!
I'll get hit.
Oh, that was not. I think that might be the end of that engine. He almost cleared the other car.
All right, let's go get ready.
Fuel the fire.
Let's go while I'm not puking.
All right, trucks is over. That was called teaming. That's what that was. We're gonna go get Colin and Rudy suited up in their cars. We're gonna do some derby.
I've been nervous all day.
I know exactly how he feels, and unless you've experienced it, you'll never like totally get it. Now I'm starting to get some butterflies. All right.
Let me just grab my shirt and then I'll get on my kidney belt. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing my first derby and you guys are here to witness it. This is insane. Woo!
All right, let's go get to our van. Thanks, Skater. This is gonna be good.
Oh, those are quite aggressive.
Most aggressive driver award.
Did you break your arm?
Are you hurt? I smacked my elbow pretty good on my shifter, but holy. What's wrong with it? Won't steer. Well, I broke carburetor. I broke something on the carburetor. It's stuck wide.
Oh, it's your throttle. Your throttle's stuck.
Stuck in there. The motor's in the firewall right now.
Did you break your... Oh, man.
I didn't realize I broke that tire off.
Do you realize who you hit? You hit Brad Bowman head on.
I know. You had my vote for hardest hit. That was awesome. Let's go. That was so hard.
How you feeling, Rhett?
I'm not shaking, but I have a little pit in my stomach. Just saying. Like, just, you know, makes me worried, you know? I'm just worried. I don't know what I'm saying. Wearing the lucky flannel. I don't know if it's lucky, but it's my favorite.
I don't know if it's lucky, but it's flannel.
So, the age limit for this is, for any heat here, is 17, so I have a good chance of being the youngest one of the night. That's a lot of pressure on my shoulders. Gotta show them that there is some hope in this generation.
All right, let's go wait. They're gonna eat Rhett for lunch. Rhett's car is not competitive.
In second, Cash Larson. In third, Taylor Sweat. In fourth.
Right here, it just died and wouldn't start again.
Oh, I thought you were stuck.
No, this thing was still moving fine. It was a little bouncy, but I hit my head on the roof a couple times.
I don't know. Will it not crank at all?
It's not cranking.
Yeah, broke the starter or something.
I'm gonna go back, assess the damage. If it's fixable, we're running a hurricane.
All right, all we got to do now is clean up and load up and get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Last night was absolutely amazing. The boys did really well, and we weren't really keeping track of how well they did till I got the results here, and I got them right here in front of me. Okay, this is Colin and Rudy's heat. So that was the medium heat. All right, so Colin got 5th place, and he was the runner-up for Mad.
Ooh, I was so close.
So according to their numbers, you made 13 hits, and you had a 17-second hit interval.
Sweet.
So that's really aggressive driving. That I can understand why you were in the running for that. Rudy got 8 hits, and he had a 21-second hit interval.
Man, we just need to get a motor
We
in
got to
that
get him
car.
in a good car.
Yeah.
And then in Rhett's heat, Rhett took 10th place, but like 7th through 10th all timed out within like seconds of each other.
How many cars were in Rhett's heat?
There's like 16, wasn't there?
Okay, 17 cars. So 10th place out of 17 on your first derby. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate Rhett and Colin and Rudy taking initiative, especially Rhett, to build a car. It didn't work out. I didn't get to race with him, but I really enjoyed watching Rhett drive my car. So that was awesome, Rhett. And then, of course, I'm just proud of my boys. So if you don't really understand Demolition Derby, from the outside it looks like it's just wanton destruction of valuable cars that would be better to go somewhere else. But like anything, there's more to it. So the amount of money that goes into these cars versus the amount of money that it brings into the towns and the counties that put these on, it's a very big revenue stream for these counties. It's paying for arenas. It's paying, like, there's special things. There's charities and different things that this money goes to, and it's a pretty significant amount of money. So the value of the cars is way under the value that it brings in ticket sales and all that kind of stuff. Motels, restaurants, all that stuff, Airbnbs.
People there get the entertainment from those cars, and
we don't like wrecking the restorable cars, but when we find a rusty one, it's getting wrecked.
Yeah. So these are not great cars that go to Derby for the most part. I mean, there's been a couple, but not from us. So being able to go back in Derby with my boys, I didn't realize how much I missed Derby. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can stay retired.
We're gonna have to build some cars for next year.
And
some
as
real
much,
cars.
And as much as I hate watching my kids out there, it's a blast. I loved it. I'm ready to go again.
She's pretty nervous. Thank you so much for the support that you guys give us by watching these videos. We really appreciate you sticking around and hanging out with us on these adventures. And we're going to be back on the off-road recovery builds like that. Thanks for watching.
It stopped working. I don't know why. I hit some stuff and it just broke.
We can fix that. Where's Rudy?